The tension in Colorado has reached a boiling point as the Buffaloes prepare to face Arizona, and the return of Shadur Sanders to Boulder has reignited an emotional storm across the college and professional football worlds. After weeks of rumors and speculation that he might remain in Cleveland to prepare for a possible start, Shadur is back where his story truly began. His reappearance isn't just a homecoming, it's a statement. Many saw this moment coming, but few wanted to believe it would actually happen. Now, with Shadur back under Coach Prime's watchful eye, the football community can't help but wonder if this move signals the end of his short-lived chapter with the Cleveland Browns, or perhaps the start of something much bigger. The situation in Cleveland has been nothing short of chaotic since Shadur's departure. Kevin Stefanski, once hailed as a disciplined strategist, is now facing the harsh reality of his own miscalculations. Letting Shadur leave wasn't supposed to be part of the plan. It wasn't a tactical adjustment, it was an emotional decision cloaked in pride. And that pride has come back to haunt him. The Browns, who once showed glimmers of promise, now look like a team without an identity, a roster running on fumes of hope and the memory of what could have been. Fans feel it. Players sense it. Even Stefanski can't hide it anymore. His once calm demeanor now cracks under the weight of every failed drive, every missed opportunity, and every question about why he let go of a quarterback who had started to embody Cleveland's rebirth. When Shadur left for Colorado, the internet lit up in disbelief and outrage. It wasn't just about losing a player, it was about losing potential. Clips from practices showed a young quarterback sharpening his instincts, building chemistry, and carrying himself like someone who knew his moment was coming. Yet instead of nurturing that spark, Stefanski chose to bury it beneath layers of politics and overthinking. He benched Shadur, perhaps thinking he could send a message, but all he managed to do was send his team spiraling. And now, as Colorado fans welcome Shadur home with open arms, Stefanski stands on the sidelines of an imploding franchise, pretending everything is fine. But the silence in Cleveland Stadium tells a different story, a story of regret, missed chances, and a coach who underestimated the power of a player's heart. The arrogance in Stefanski's recent interviews only adds salt to the wound. When asked about Shadur's situation, his curt reply, claiming it wasn't his focus, spoke volumes. It wasn't just tone-deaf, it was dismissive. How can a coach whose offense is collapsing say that the one player who brought hope isn't his focus? It's the kind of response that exposes the disconnect between leadership and reality. Fans are tired of excuses, tired of the robotic answers, and tired of watching a team crumble under the weight of its own ego. Every word Stefanski utters now sounds like an attempt to cover his tracks rather than address the truth. You can almost see the insecurity behind the forced calm, the twitch in his expressions, the cracks in his confidence, the quiet panic of a man losing control. And let's not forget his so-called development plan. When asked about Shadur's growth, Stefanski's vague reference to commitment to all rookies was almost laughable. If this is how he defines development, benching promising talent, denying opportunities, and stifling momentum, then maybe he's developing the art of self-sabotage instead. Comparing Shadur to other rookies was an insult, plain and simple. The flashes of brilliance, the sharp reads, the growing leadership, none of it fit in that lazy generalization. Stefanski wasn't protecting Shadur. He was protecting himself from accountability. And that's the worst kind of leadership. Because in a sport where confidence and chemistry mean everything, a coach who loses the trust of his locker room loses everything. Dillon Gabriel's insertion as the new starter only made things worse. On paper, it might have looked like a calculated move, but on the field it reeked of desperation. Gabriel's performances have been shaky at best, misreads, poor timing, and a constant sense of panic when the pressure hits. The offense, once fueled by Shadur's composure and rhythm, now looks disjointed and uninspired. The receivers are frustrated, the fans are restless, and the entire team feels directionless. Each game has become a grim reminder of what happens when a coach's ego outweighs his judgment. Stefanski wanted control, but all he achieved was chaos. You can't replace a rising star with a stopgap and expect magic. Football doesn't work that way, and neither does leadership. Shadur's decision to return to Colorado, on the other hand, might be the smartest move of his career. It's not just a return home, it's a return to alignment. Under Coach Prime, he'll have the freedom to play his style of football again, the kind that electrified fans and caught scouts' attention across the nation. Boulder isn't just familiar ground, it's sacred territory where his confidence was forged and his identity as a leader was born. There, he's not just another rookie trying to fit into someone else's system. He's the centerpiece, the heartbeat, the player everyone rallies behind. That kind of environment changes everything. It builds not only skill but spirit. And with each throw, each drive, each touchdown, Shedeur will remind the world, and Stefanski, what Cleveland let slip away. Now the narrative has flipped completely. Cleveland is stuck defending mediocrity, while Colorado is celebrating the rebirth of its prodigal son. The cameras will follow every move, every game, every highlight reel. And when Shedeur starts shining again, the comparisons will be unavoidable. Every successful play he makes will feel like a silent jab at the Browns' front office. Every win in Colorado will echo as a reminder of Cleveland's mistake. That's the cruel beauty of sports. You can't rewrite what the world has already seen. Stefanski's legacy, for now, is tied to one of the most baffling decisions of his career. And no matter how many excuses he offers, he can't escape the truth. He let go of the one player who could have saved his season. So as the Buffaloes gear up to take the field against Arizona, the story has become much larger than football. It's about redemption, ego, and the fine line between pride and progress. Shedeur's journey is now a mirror reflecting the failures of those who doubted him and the resilience of those who believed. Whether he dominates this season or simply rebuilds his rhythm, one thing is certain. He's writing a new chapter on his own terms. And somewhere in Cleveland, Kevin Stefanski will be watching, silently wishing he could rewrite his own. The drama is far from over, and you can bet more twists are coming. But for now, the spotlight is back where it belongs, on a young quarterback with the drive to prove everyone wrong. If you've been following this saga from the start, you know this is just the beginning of a much bigger story. So make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next chapter in Shadur Sanders' comeback journey. Now tell us in the comments, do you think Kevin Stefanski will ever admit his mistake and regret letting Shedeur go?